Jia Jia knew that Chen Heng had never been a man to have baths. He found no pleasure in soaking himself in hot water and preferred to shower, believing it led to cleaner results. She wanted to inquire further. She quickly swallowed her food, drank some water, and opened her mouth to speak, but decided to keep her silence for fear of irritating him with her questions and forcing him into a bad mood so early in the day. "Don't pack too much," he warned her, bringing the bowl of congee to his mouth and eating what was left in one gulp. Jia Jia heard him put in the plug and start the water. It was November, and she had just finished organizing their wardrobes for winter. She opened his suitcase, mounted a chair, and reached into the upper compartment of the wardrobe for his summer clothes, refusing to let herself be distracted for fear of forgetting something of his. She was not going to let that ruin their trip. Let him have his bath, she decided. Let him have his time alone. By this point in their marriage, packing for Chen Heng could not have been simpler. The first time Jia Jia had prepared his suitcase for him, for their honeymoon, it had been a disaster. She had taken too many pairs of socks and forgotten his chess set. After that trip, she had quickly learned to arrange his suitcase to his liking, to roll the underwear and fold the polo shirts, arrange the chess set so that it would be nestled safely even after the suitcase was checked in, and leave a small space in the upper right-hand corner for his cigars, which he would pick out himself. Packing her own belongings was more challenging this time. She had not been able to shop for new clothes, something Chen Heng always told her to do before they travelled. "Go shopping," he would say. "Get some of that new stuff in the windows. You'll look nice for the beach, and you'll be happy." Maybe she should go shopping tomorrow. But Chen Heng had explicitly told her not to pack too much. Was there a financial issue? Was something going wrong with his business? Again, she wanted to interrupt his bath and ask him, "Why are you having a bath? You never have baths. Is something wrong at work?" She was his wife, not his mistress. She had the right to know. But she felt afraid, as she often was with him, to dig up something that he would rather have kept buried. Ultimately, she decided to check on him anyway, to see if the bath had soothed him. Perhaps he might even open up to her naturally. So she picked out the 2 scarves, one orange and one floral, waited a few more minutes, rehearsed her smile, and gently pushed open the bathroom door. She should have asked him at the very beginning, at the breakfast table. Now, her questions had to be swallowed back into her stomach. In fact, in that way, nothing had really changed, and this thought made Jia Jia feel insuppressible resentment and disgust towards the man she had let herself be married to. She ran to the toilet and vomited, unable to hold it in any more, her eyes tightly shut. He had betrayed her, abandoned her, failed to honor the one thing he had promised her. Everything about him became pitifully repellent, his brows contracted even in death, belly hanging like a pouch, head balding. When she lifted her head, she noticed a piece of paper resting on a pile of towels near the sink. The paper was folded down the middle, opening and closing slightly in the stillness of the bathroom. It was as if the paper were alive. Jia Jia reached for it, revealing a drawing of a figure, a fish's body with a man's head. It was sketched by Chen Heng. She knew his crude style well enough. The body of the creature had a curved spine through its center and scales across the surface. Even from a rough sketch, it was evident that the large tail was powerful. The picture had been drawn in a rush, but the human part of it, unlike the rest, was handled with a great deal of precision. The head seemed to be a detailed portrait. Everything was there. The wrinkles, the nose hair that stuck out a little, the swollen bags under its eyes. It was the head of a man whose eyes looked straight through the viewer towards a distant horizon. It resembled an ID photograph, neither laughing nor frowning. Nothing about the face was special, except, perhaps, for the overly large and bare forehead. It showed no signs of a curious past or an exciting future. Jia Jia remembered a dream that Chen Heng had told her about. He had been in Tibet, alone, for what he had called a spiritual escape from all this crap.